overwhelming cheering and clapping to end. So I'll make it a little. This is a joke. There you go, thank you. All right, before we start this short program, I want to thank a few people. First, on behalf of the board, we would like to thank all the faculty, staff, and administrators of the college for being here or watching this streaming on Facebook Live. It is summer break. We want to appreciate them being here and part of this. This is a new day for one MCC, and you folks, the staff and faculty, are the reason this college is excellent and will only improve. And I want to especially thank Cindy Johnson and her staff who we had asked to organize an event in about 2 weeks, so thank you for putting that together. Second, I'd like to thank the MCC Foundation. The MCC Foundation is a nonprofit tax-exempt organization that exists to advance the mission of the college through philanthropy, advocacy, and volunteerism. Their mission is to positively transform lives in the greater Kansas City region by improving access to an MCC education and enhancing the overall college experience. More than 30 of the top community and business leaders generously volunteer their time, talent, and resources by serving on the Foundation Board of Directors. And the Foundation maintains more than 160 named scholarships and academic support funds. And they're an amazing partner with our board and trustees. And when we were planning this event, the Foundation Board generally donated funds to help us unwrite it. So thank you for your work and being here. We'll hear from the Foundation Board Chair in just a minute, but a round of applause for the MCC Foundation. I'd like to recognize some special people that are here with us tonight, all the way from Washington, D.C., and the fun times happening there. We're very glad, first of all, to have Diane Cleaver with us. And, of course, our great Congressman Manny Cleaver is here with us today. Senator Claire McCaskill sends her regards in this great day and sent one of her best staffers, Brooke Valentine. We invite the State Senator Claire McCaskill off. She's here. We have some of our great community partners that are always helping us with community college and MCC events. Some of the fighters down in Jeff City, Drawn McGee, State Representative Drawn McGee's here. Former State Representative Bonnie Mims and new Raytown Alderwoman Bonnie Mims is here. Some of our former Kansas City Council people, Melvin Burles and John Sharp, are here with us tonight. State Representative and Minority Leader Gail McCann Beatty's here. And I'll let the Chancellor tell you about any familiarization with the name Beatty. And we want to thank Leo Morton, the Chancellor of UMKC, for being here tonight to make sure it's a Chancellor thing, isn't it? Thank you for being here. And finally, we also had our regards from United States Senator Roy Blunt, who couldn't be here, but send Matt. Matt, where's Matt? Matt, thank you. Tell the Senator thank you for sending his back. And finally, Chris, thank you to George Costello and our friends here at Union Station. We are excited about our new Chancellor. We want to make sure our intro event was in a grand way. Now remember, we are a public college and funds are limited, so when we wanted to host this reception here, George and his staff generously worked with us to plan the event to welcome our new Chancellor at an amazing low cost. So thank you, Union Station, for being Kansas City's front porch and best location to hold a community event like this. Now, without further ado, let's get this program started. It is my pleasure to introduce our first speaker that will give us and our new Chancellor an official Kansas City welcome. Our favorite elected official in Jefferson City, who has always been a great advocate for MCC and higher education in general. Ladies and gentlemen, Senator Kiki Curls.
Good evening. It is such a pleasure and an honor for me to be here this evening to welcome Dr. Beatty to our MCC system and to Kansas City. We are very proud that she happens to be the first African American Chancellor of MCC. She wasn't chosen, of course, because she was black. She was chosen out of all of the other candidates because she was determined to be the best person to do the job, to move our system forward. And for that, we are very proud. I'm excited about the opportunities that lie ahead, not only locally, but at the state level as well, who, by the way, has a very intricate, significant part of the operations, of course, of MCC. The funding for the Metropolitan Community Colleges are provided by the state of Missouri, by local taxes, and of course tuition and fees from students. And we're very happy to be a part, of course, of the success. Not only the success, of course, in educating our local community, but also for the partnership that we share with the community colleges for workforce development programs and other initiatives as well. So I'm sure that I speak not only for myself, but also for the rest of our state delegation and others in welcoming Dr. Beatty to Kansas City as our Chancellor, new Chancellor of the Metropolitan Community Colleges. Very happy to be here.
Now, I told you about this amazing foundation we have. Now we're going to have the opportunity to talk or hear from our incoming chair of the MCC Foundation. Again, one of these amazing business people that volunteer to raise money to help with academics and scholarships, and we're just so glad that they're partners with us in this endeavor. Ladies and gentlemen, David Levy from Broadfield Media.
Hi, thank you everybody for coming and for being here to help us welcome Dr. Beatty. Welcome, Dr. Kimberly Beatty. It was great meeting you. It's great knowing we're going to get to meet you. We've got something here for you, a small gift. Welcome gift. This is a $1,000 scholarship for an incoming student next fall in your honor. So, good luck getting this home. Just a quick few words. We're always looking to recruit good people to the foundation board. We have a tremendous group of people already, but we've always got room for more. And we were interviewing someone earlier today, and of course we have to sort of tell the story of MCC and then the role of the foundation. And we tell it again and again and again, and we've been telling it. I've been telling it for many years. But I have to say that lately, in the last few months, this has become one of the more exciting times to tell the story. Dr. Beatty is part of this new chapter. The 5 campuses, they're all hitting on all cylinders here, and with Dr. Beatty's leadership, with Jessica here, who joined the Foundation Executive Director less than a year ago, we've got a lot of exciting things to come. And what's even better is the rest of the world seems to be catching up with us, which is community colleges are of tremendous value, and I think we're going to see a lot of great things in the next few years to come. So welcome, and thank you very much.
See, the foundation board brings $1,000. See, they're great people. Now, it is my honor to introduce the president of the Metropolitan Community College Board of Trustees. And don't let his boyish good looks confuse you. Our president is now the longest serving board member. He believes in this institution with his whole heart, and even though this is not a full-time job, I'm pretty sure that he's working on MCC issues at least once a day. Well, at least recently, for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, Board President Trent Scatz.
All right, well, again, thank you all for being here after work and sharing your time with us. And David, I do not have a $1,000 check. We should have put you at the end of the program or something. But again, the board's responsibility, and we talk about this at the board all the time, there's 4 things. We are responsible to the voters. We have a fiduciary responsibility. We have a strategic responsibility, and the 4th and the most important thing we do as a board is hire the very best chancellor that we can, and then get out of their way and let them do their job. And Mark, I hope we've gotten out of your way and let you do your job. And Dr. Beatty, we're going to get out of your way and let you do your job. And I guess we're done now since we hired you, so our job's done. Kelvin, we want to thank you as well. Kelvin is Dr. Beatty's husband, and he does commercial real estate. So if anybody does commercial real estate, get in touch with Kelvin. And we really appreciate you, because this is obviously without her and without you, we're gonna be successful with the both of you. So that's important to us. So with no further ado, I would like to introduce Dr. Beatty, and come on up, and we just again are so excited.
Thank you. Wow, you all look good out there. Hopefully I look good up here too. Thank you, Trustee Skaggs, and the entire trustee board, and the foundation board. I really appreciate hosting this event. I want to thank Cindy. Where's Cindy? Cindy and all her efforts in getting this organized. Let's give her a hand. It takes a lot of work to put these things together, so I often take a moment to recognize those folks. I want to thank the faculty and staff who have come out, and thank you for your feedback in the process. And I'm just honored and humbled to be standing here before you after going through that process. I really do. Thank you. So let's give the faculty and staff a hand. I also want to thank our community and our industry partners that are here. I look forward to deepening our partnerships and making those long-term. And I see all of the chancellors in the room and presidents that came out, and our business partners, and I've enjoyed meeting all of you. And I look forward to having those meetings, future meetings as well. Thank you so much. I also want to thank my family that's here. Yes, I do have family in the KC. I want to give them an opportunity to stand. The Perkins and Beatties, would you all stand, please? This is my family that have all come out here. And if you didn't pick up the similarities in the last name, yes, I am related to Democratic Minority Leader Gail Beatty, and I appreciate her support of being here. Well, I'm going to reflect on my notes because I didn't want to forget anything in my comments, but I thought about what I wanted people to leave here with. And I think I want you to leave here with knowing a little bit about me and what you can expect. And so I prepared some comments, so I apologize if I have to look down a little bit more than I normally would. So I didn't finish them until 2 o'clock today because I wanted to refresh myself with all of the things and reflections that I had. Also, I forgot to thank Senator Curls and Congressman Cleaver for their comments and their showing up here. He said that my Congresswoman, Sheila Jackson Lee, stood next to him with something in her purse saying, "You need to be there." And I give her a due from here because she has been a huge supporter of mine in the city of Houston. So I thank you both as well. She trained me well to thank my political colleagues. So thank you. Well, I, again, look forward to partnering with the leadership team and all of you and the faculty and staff, and thank you for entrusting me with this wonderful opportunity to lead Metropolitan Community College. I pledge to serve you and the institution at the same level of passion and commitment that I have to student success and that I've exhibited not only in the interview process, but in my entire career. I wrote this in here because, see, I knew I would forget it. And I'm going to read it just so you know I don't want to forget. I've already thanked my family who's here today. Your support doesn't go unnoticed. And I also want to thank my husband. My husband, Kelvin, his continued encouragement in my career. He believes in me when I don't. He pushes me when I won't push myself. And I really thank you, and I want to ask you to give him a hand for that support. So as I stand here today, you may be asking, who is this woman and what does she bring to the table? And so in the past, I've used a video to tee up this conversation. And I obviously can't use a video here today, but the video is called Is America Dreaming? And you can find it on YouTube. So I want you to look that up. Is America Dreaming? It's on YouTube. The narrator in the video, he takes this real creative approach to demonstrating social mobility in America. He uses Legos, and he splits it into 4 quartiles in terms of social mobility from the lowest to the highest. He uses 4 categories to make his point: race, family history, whether married or unmarried, education, high school dropout or college dropout, and socioeconomic status with a focus on the poor. The demonstration in the video makes the point that poor minorities who come from unmarried parents who don't have a college education are not likely to experience social mobility. So who is Kim Beatty? Kim Beatty is an African-American woman who was raised by a single mother in Pittsburgh who was poor. The only thing that shifted my life is that my mother went to college. As a little girl in Pittsburgh, I rode the buses, 3 buses with her so that she could go to class, and I said I wasn't going to cry. I always end up doing that. I was texting Phil at the board meeting last week saying I wasn't very Chancellor-ish up there. So as a little girl in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, I rode 3 buses with her to class. My mother was admitted to the University of Pittsburgh through a program based on income for single parents. I'm convinced that I would not be here in front of you today if it wasn't for that one opportunity that she had, a college education. Had it not emerged for her, I wouldn't be here today because I had that model. Now, I didn't realize it until recently, but that experience, seeing her work so hard, riding the bus to college with her, surviving the trials associated with poverty, and living in a house with 4 generations of my family made me the woman that I am today. My journey is not unique. In fact, it's the journey of many of our Metropolitan Community College students. And it's the journey of some of you here. That's why I do this. That's why I've pushed in my career to serve in a role where I can impact thousands of students who, like me, are in need of a role model or become the benefactor of that role model as I was. Community colleges were developed out of the need to democratize higher education. In the 1960s, when many of our community colleges in America were born, America knew that the Kim Beattys of the world needed access and needed a chance. Metropolitan Community College is uniquely positioned to create those role models and contribute to the economic engine of Kansas City. The many program offerings at the college generate graduates who have the potential to impact lives, thousands of lives, and contribute to the city's workforce. I'm excited about being in this position at a time where I can contribute to the city's narrative. But what is MCC's narrative? There's a rich story to tell, and I know that already. MCC is preparing our students to achieve their dreams. For the last 100 years, our dedicated faculty and staff have been committed to the students' success. And our relationship with our educational partners is demonstrated by them being here today. Upstream and downstream, we are preparing our students for success for MCC and beyond. MCC is also serving our communities by providing an affordable option to advance their education in 5 convenient locations. And MCC is creating opportunities for social mobility. Graduates from MCC make on an average $45,000 per year. With more than 120 programs, students have an opportunity to pursue their careers in healthcare, public safety, and a lot of other programs. Our students just don't get a job. They have an opportunity to get on a career path. As the Chancellor of MCC, I will build upon this narrative in an effort to place MC on the national stage of teaching, learning, and innovation. I will provide the college with strong leadership that is necessary to develop a college agenda that aligns with the state and national goals. I'll join hands with all of you, our community, industry partners, to advance the city's mission. And most importantly, I'll bring the passion and enthusiasm for community college and what that stands for in America's history. A history that ensures that all Americans have a pathway to pursue the American dream. Today, we can celebrate. We are transitioning and partnering together. Today, we are moving forward and building upon the vision of Chancellor James. Today, I make a commitment to you to collaborate with all of you to advance the mission of the college. Good collaborations and partnerships require a spirit of cooperation, and that focuses on one thing: our students. Our students represent the city's future. Our students represent the future parents who will hold the values that we hold so dear. Our students represent MCC. MCC has the potential to be a catalyst for change in this community, and as the new Chancellor, I commit to you today that by partnering with the executive team, faculty, and staff, MCC will be a place where students not only dream with a question mark, but rather achieve their dreams with a period. That's what we will do together. Thank you.
How about that? We're so happy to have her here. Before we finish the program, the board would like to recognize and thank our outgoing Chancellor. As Dr. Beatty takes over the reins, we'd like to recognize and thank our outgoing Chancellor, Mark James, for his amazing service to the college. And we're having an official going away party for him Thursday at the board meeting that everyone's invited to. I think you're picking up the tab for something. All right, awesome. But we wanted to invite Chancellor James. He has a presentation to our new Chancellor, Chancellor Mark James.
She may think she's the happiest person in this room, but I got news for you, folks. You know, when you put your blood, sweat, and tears into a mission, you can have a little bit of trepidation about, handing things off. But I will tell you, I feel really, really good and confident in the future for MCC. We've had an opportunity. Dr. Beatty and I have been talking a lot over the last couple of weeks. If texting counts as talking, it does with my teenage daughter. When she says she's talking, I'm going, no, you're texting. But we've done that. We've talked text talk, whatever. We've met, we've talked by phone, etc. And I unequivocally, I can tell you that MCC is not going to be just in good hands, but far better hands. I have no doubt but what Dr. Beatty is going to build on the foundation and take this place to just great heights. And so I feel really good about that. You all did a great job in the selection process. Those of you, my friends, who have seen me in this position the last number of years, you know that you've never seen me, I don't think, in a public venue without this on my lapel. I always tease Leo. He has his little kangaroo, and I have the MCC. We used to call it a bullet, but you can't say bullet in today's society. I'll get on a watch list. So you've seen this. You know that part of my mission was to try to make this an everyday recognized symbol in the city, the surrounding area of Kansas City. So I think it is fitting that at this point in time, I pass this on to you, our new fans. Welcome, Dr. Beatty.
That concludes our program. Please make sure you take Dr. Beatty's calls and be part of this team. Thank you all for coming.